Last summer, I finally ditched my SC6.1 for the all-new Team Associated SC6.4. With the help of RRLRC crew chief Brent Post, we assembled this rig, and we had it ready to go, featuring the Reedy 610R ESC, the Reedy SP5 13.5 turn motor, the Reedy RS 1606A servo, and a brand new Futaba 10PX radio. It made its maiden voyage at the SummerSlam Trophy race. If you know about this one inside the barn on the rainy day. Had a flash flood warning. We race on, and I ultimately started 5th, and that's where we ended up in this one. Didn't have a lot of good grip out there. I had my front sway bar hooked up, not a lot of great control in all honesty. John Ferrara would go on to win this one. My final race of the season here at Insanity was the Fall Fling. No footage. We have this little soundbite though of a first-time racer.
I tell you, everybody's just been awesome. The course was fantastic, went beyond my expectations. Everybody was so cool. If anybody's nervous about coming to their first race, you can wash that away.
True that. If any of you racers watching have some cold feet, just know we're racing at Insanity RC Racetrack in Boonton Township, New Jersey all summer. All are welcome. And that brings us up to present day with the 2025 Insanity Off-Road Championship, equipped with the J Concepts F2 body, custom painted by Sentinel RC, featuring the RRL colorways. Round 1 of 6 was underway, and it started off with me in pole position in a field of 5, soon to be 4. Luke's car could not get fired up. What a shame in the main event, and it led to a really poor start for me. All of a sudden, a few bobbles, and I am in the back of the pack, 20 seconds in. My Cam's concept in this moment had to be to clean up the mistakes. A lot of new features out there with the new layout. A lot to get used to, but I knew this car was honestly dialed. I had 2 good qualifying runs, and I honestly didn't even have to change my tires. I was running J Concepts Carvers up front and J Concepts Sprinters in the rear. The car was planted. It was all just coming down to the user at this point. Landing these jumps, downsiding them properly was also really big for me. I found that this new J Concepts F2 body really did make a difference for me both in the air and on track. A newfound sense of control for sure. Already 1 minute down here in lap 3, I finally make a pass on Black Wolf for 3rd after he made a few mistakes. So now my attention kind of shifts to get away from Black Wolf and then also start to really put in some good laps, maybe catch up to 1 and 2 who are battling out ahead of me. So just going back to this new body, obviously the new custom paint job from Sentinel RC makes me feel like an all-new racer out there. But the confidence to be able to control this car now over features is really important, and it gave me a lot of confidence to put in consistent hard laps. Already approaching 1/3 of the race down here, and we're going to go a little split screen, and you see Tominella in 2nd get it wrong over that last feature before the finish line. That allows me to catch right back up to him and make the pass suddenly for 2nd. After being down over half of the track, I found myself back in the conversation for 1st place. My Cam's concept around these moments was to pull away from that racer I just passed, a lot like Black Wolf a few laps before. Tominella made a mistake once again over that feature, and now I kind of have a little bit mental space and physical space out there on the track, and my concept around these moments was to hit my marks. I'm running about 16.5-second lap times each way around since that really poor first lap. Kind of where I want to be. I know if I keep up this pace, it'll at least give me a shot approaching the halfway point in this one. We go split screen once again. Lee Griffiths now gets into trouble with lap traffic in Black Wolf. Lee gets the worst end of that one in 1st place, and now all of a sudden the gap between myself and him, not too far. My concept here, be patient with 1st place. A lot of racing to go. I don't need to get it all back right now in the moment. Once again, just kind of hit my marks. Lost about a half a second on that last lap, trying to think this thing out in real time. Ultimately, I don't want to take myself out of this race too. Griffiths in 1st, getting hung up a little bit again with Black Wolf in lap traffic. Oh man, what a clean, lucky pass I got around the booter. I managed to navigate myself around Black Wolf in 4th, and Lee Griffiths, who is running in 1st, but no longer. And like the graphic said a moment ago, it's time to push. Take another moment to look at that pass for first over the booter. Looked like Lee Griffiths tried to go inside. Black Wolf made it tough for that maneuver to really happen. That led to Black Wolf getting punted over that thing. And I was able to really get lucky on the inside there and continue trucking on. 2 minutes to go in round 1 of 6. We get eyes now on that gnarly looking off camber jump right before the finish line. I found the higher you take off of that feature, the further out you land and the better chances of downsiding the jump you'll have too. So the higher part of that feature and the more speed you have, the better you are to best position yourself around the corner. Coming up on lap traffic of my own here with about a 5-second gap between myself and Lee Griffiths. I don't really want to push the envelope too much. Definitely looking on the inside to make these passes. I get around Black Wolf there, which is important. Less than 90 seconds to go in this A-main, and here along the booter, there's another incident, car on its side. I was able to get a little bit more lucky there too. A lot of precise control around there to make sure I didn't get tied up. Lee Griffiths not too far behind. I really do have to keep pushing here with 1 minute to go. This whole time I am hearing the race director talk about that fast lap. Tom Manell currently had it at this point in the race. So with all this clean air, I really tried to maximize these last few laps in order to knock out the fast lap, and sure enough I got it there with a 15.7. I think the key there was downsiding that last jump. Having really good corner entry around that final turn made all the difference. So 30 seconds to go in this race. I'm really trying to bring it home, plain and simple. And at this point of the race, it is important to kind of just keep your focus, right? Focus on your next turn. You're not trying to get too caught up in the bigger picture. You still got a race to finish. And Lee Griffiths was not too far behind at the end of this, about maybe 5 seconds or so behind. So yeah, these kind of mistakes at the end, if that could have easily turned it over there, I got to give it up once again to this body. I think the new J Concepts F2 body really did help me out in a lot of different places throughout this main event. Shout out vent holes. Here it is, the final lap. I get a little wrong there at the end. Doesn't matter too much. That is a first place finish to start off the points championship run here. Very fortunate to get out of there with a first place after that really tough start. It was a good come from behind victory. Probably my favorite stat from this finish had to be my consistency percentage, which was actually at a 97.51, all things considered. So I hope you guys enjoyed following along my racing in this one. Special thanks to Brent Post as the race director for RRL, as well as my crew chief, the event sponsors, A-Main Hobbies, ProTech, J Concepts, and Critter Paint, as well as my own personal racing team sponsors, Team Associated, Reedy, as well as J Concepts. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to stay tuned for more race coverage. In case you missed it, we have our round 1 recap video out now on the channel. Otherwise, we have plenty of content surrounding the Insanity Off-Road Championship and beyond moving forward. For RRLRC, this is Cam Cullen, signing off.